Hello guys, we are back with another lead code problem and today is day 25 of February. Let's see the today's problem, and the problem is compare version numbers. It's a medium question and it's not a highly liked, it's a disliked question, but let's try to solve this problem. So let's dive into the question. You have given a two version numbers. One is version 1, another is version 2. You are going to compare them. Okay. Version numbers consist of one or more revisions joined by the dots. Each revision consists of digits, may contain the leading zeros. Every revision contains at least one character. Revisions are zero index from the left to right, with the leftmost being revision 0, the next revision being revision 1, and so on. Okay. Further, let's understand the question with using example 1. It's little bit awkward for me, for awful for me. So there is a given a conditions. First condition is version 1 is greater than version 2. Oh, sorry, if version 1 is lesser than the version 2, I'm going to return in that case -1. If version 1 is greater than version 2, I'm going to return 1. If both are equals, then in that case I'm going to return 0. So let's understand by using example 1, and for this exam input our answer is 0. Why our answer is 0 in that case? Because uh, all actually all version is made from the revisions, and all revisions contain some leading zeros. We have to remove the leading zeros. In that case, this is 1 and this is 0 1, but 0 1 is not a decimal, it's a dot which divide the revisions. So 0 1 actually contain a one leading zero, so I'm going to remove this leading zero and I got only one in that case. Same as I'll remove these leading zeros and I got 1.1 in that case and 1.1 in that case. So both are equal. In that case, I'm going to return 1. So that's a pretty much straightforward. And if let's understand with example 2, version 1 is 1.0, but here 1.0.0, and both contain a different revisions. So I have to make sure all the revisions are same. This contains 3 revisions, but it contains 2 revisions. I'll edit one more revision here, that is dot 0, and then compare it, both are equal, that's why I'll return it 0 in that case. So that's a pretty much straightforward question. So let's write the code, then you understand more clearly. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'll make a do two vectors in which I store the revisions of version 1, and store in the R2 I'm going to store revisions of version 2. Let's change its name, it's a v2 and v1 for our sake of ease and easy to write. So what's my duty? I have to first and foremost I have to store all the revis all the v1 revisions into the R1 and all the v2 revisions into R2. For that, doing this thing, what I'm going to do, first and foremost I'm going to add a one character dot to the last. Why I'm adding this thing? Because it's easy to uh, push into my R1. If I don't add this thing, I have my solution will be also exist, but I have to do computation, last computation I have to do alone. So I do not want to do alone. I have to make sure my one function do all the jobs. So that's why I'll edit one. You understand this thing after writing the code. For int I is equal to 0, I is equal to x, v1 dot size. What I'm actually here do, uh, if v1 I not equal to dot, in that case I'll make a one sum variable in which I'll just add the decimal number which doesn't contain a leading zeros. So sum into 10 plus v1 I 0. That's it. If I got a dot, in that case what I'm going to do, I'm going to push into my revision. I got a one revision here, so I have to push into the R1, that was a sum. and after push it I have to reduce my sum equal to 0. In that case, that's that's the things. Let the write the code for my r2 2. For writing r2, that's contain 2, this is 2, this is a v2, and this is r2. That's all about the, I'll just added the r1 r2, all the revision to that, but I have to make sure both revisions have equal size. For that purpose, what I'm going to do, I have to check if r1 dot size is greater than r2 dot size. In that case, what I'm going to do, I have to make sure both are equal. Okay, let me just above this thing. So for that purpose, what I'm going to do, I'll store it how many, what's the difference between r1 and r2. r1 dot size minus r2 dot size, that's stored. And after that, what I'm going to do, I have to push into the r2 dot push back 0 into it. So that's pretty much. And the same thing, similar thing I'm going to do for my, if my r2 is smaller than my r1, in that case that was r2, that was r1, and I'm going to push it into r1. So both, now my revision r1 and r2 have the equal sizes. In that case I have to just only compare it. So for comparing purpose, int I is equal to 0, I can take any of them. What I'm actually here does, I will going to do, if my r1 I is greater than r2 I, in that case what I'm going to do, I have to return, uh, check it. In that case I'm going to return 1. If not the case, if r1 I is less than the r2 I, in that case what I'm going to do, I return it -1. Or if not the both of the case exist in that, so I know both have equals, so in that case I'm going to return 0. So that's pretty much about the solution. Let's run this code, guys, and it give me an error. mm, r2 is greater. Okay. Oh, sorry, that's my fault. For I have to, I is equal to 0, I greater than x I plus plus. Actually I have to push this element until it reaches to the end, so that's why it give me a wrong answer. Ah, that type of error. So let's run this code, guys, and it's accepted. Let's submit this code, guys, and it's accepted. So if you have any doubt in this question, let me know in the comment section. I resolve your doubt as soon as possible. Until then, keep grinding, guys.